Welcome to Gold Medal Business, the place to be if you're a children's activity and sport entrepreneur who is serious about growing and scaling your business to six-figure success and beyond. We talk growing your team, growing your students and your venues, and so much more. I'm Katie Cannon, former 5 times British gymnastics champion turned 7-figure entrepreneur. Are you ready to get started? Let's grow your business. I want you to think, if you started your business completely brand new and you started it all over again, what would you do different? Now, hindsight is a wonderful thing, isn't it? And goodness knows, I've been in business nearly 20 years, and I often think to myself, wow, if only I knew that, 20 years ago, why did I make that decision 10 years in? Why did I hire that person? Why did I do that wrong system? Why did I open that new class over there? What was I thinking? That was, with the knowledge I've got today, I knew that wasn't going to work. But you made the decision at the time with the knowledge that you had. So it's all about ever evolving your leadership, ever evolving your brand to the next level. So if you're brand new to our community, we've had a lot of brand new, amazing children's activity entrepreneurs joining us. I'm Katie Cannon. I'm your host on our Go Gold, and it is my mission to support you, the 6-figure children's activity entrepreneur, to really scale and build your brand. But most importantly, really teaching you to think like the CEO, because from being in this industry for over 20 years, there's one thing that I see in the children's activity space time and time again is businesses being run like they're hobbies, or business being run where you, the CEO, are glued to the business. When you step out of the business, the whole thing folds. You go on holiday for a couple of weeks, the whole business stops. We want to make sure your business not only grows when you're away or you're out the business, but it thrives. A business can only thrive and grow over generations and generations if it's a model that can grow completely without you in it, and you are the CEO leading the business. Because your main role as a CEO is to build from the front, is to be the visionary, is to be the visionary, the leadership, to come up with the ideas, to inspire the team. That's your role. Okay, that is your key role, not to be in the day-to-day. But it often takes us a little bit of time to be able to lean in to that CEO position, which is exactly what I'm going to help you with. So today, I want to share with you I want you to start thinking about your business as if you're leading your business from a completely different space and almost starting right at the top. And I want you to think, if you started your business and stripped everything back, the one place you would start is at the top. Now, in every single businesses I'm now creating, I've got a completely different mindset around this. From my gyms to even Gold Medal, if I started the business differently, I would start with this exactly what I'm teaching. We now in Gold Medal have people around the business to support this model that I'm sharing with you, and the same in my gyms. But it wasn't like that in the early days. So I want you to think, if you were brand new in business, who would be replacing you now? So who would you get in straight away into your business to be the director? You're the founder, but who would you get in straight away to be the director? To be the main person in charge, so that you can make sure you're 100% focused from the word go in your business on being the CEO. So often in the children's activity world, and this was exactly where I was at, to be quite honest, for too many years, I was in the business, running the classes, doing the day-to-day, and the business is nearly 16, 17 years old now. But for the good first 10 years, this is where I was at. And I really wish I had this knowledge that I'm sharing with you way back, because I could have sped the business growth up so much quicker. But as I said, hindsight's a wonderful thing. And that's why Gold Medal Business exists in the first place, to help you speed up from all my lessons and growth over the last 16, 17 years. So who would you put in that top leadership position? Because naturally, when we start our business. And I think, to be honest, this happens more so I've been in the business world and worked with many business mentors myself and been around many masterminds and many different industries. But I see specifically in the children's activity space, this happens more so than other industries because we start it as our passion, don't we? We start it because we're passionate about gymnastics, or we're passionate about football, or we're passionate about dance or cricket or rugby, whatever your amazing activity that you serve children with. So we naturally we start the business because it's our passion. Therefore, we're then in the business 24/7. We're then wearing every single hat possible. We've got all the wonderful hats going on. And therefore, what happens is gradually you then take on more and more responsibility as the business is growing. You're then the founder, the CEO, the main head coach, the growth of the business, doing the accounts, you name it, you're doing it. And you're starting to delegate out all those small little jobs off of your shoulders. If you're not, please start to do that, because you can't be a one-man band and grow to way beyond 6 figures plus. Now, when you've got that in mind, you then need to start delegating out. But that position of you is the one that is by far the hardest to start with, because you're thinking you're the main person. You're the one where lots of people come to you. You think, oh, people are coming to my classes because it's me coaching. They're coming to me because of my reputation. But I want to encourage you to start thinking, and this is not going to come overnight because you've got the structure in place already. But I want you to start thinking of how can that next level, so how can, if you were going from the top, starting basically at the top of your business and filtering down, who would you get in your business to start with that is basically you? So you're the founder. Then you've got the CEO, and the CEO is taking your position from where you are now. So basically you're starting from the top and working your way down. So you're looking for that particular person. You're looking for that caliber of person, you're wanting someone who's dynamic. You're wanting someone who is forward thinking. You're wanting someone who's a critical thinker. You're wanting to make sure that somebody is got the experience that you're looking for, but has a big vision as well, that you also can lead them because you're the founder, and leading them into the CEO and the director role. So you're starting with the top in mind. Whereas I said so often, when we start at the bottom of the pyramid and we get all the lower level people first, that we're getting the instructors, maybe doing 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, we're getting a part-time admin person, but you're the one running around like an absolute nutter, doing everything else in your business. So I want you to start thinking, I said, Rome's not built in a day. So I don't want you to go away from this slide and go, Katie says, I need to get someone right in at the top to replace me so that they can lead the whole organization. No, it's going to come slowly but surely. But I want you to start thinking of, because for you to elevate your success, for you to elevate to becoming the true CEO in your business, and what that looks like, that is called, it's like the next level of focused leadership. Now, what that is, it's like level 7. There's a whole big scale of leadership, but it's a level 7 leadership. Now, in level 7 leadership, you have a business that is completely running without you. So to give you an example, this is a true indicator of my gym business now. It's taken 16 years to get it to this point, and I really wish that I implemented a lot of what I teach you a lot sooner. But I said, that's exactly why Gold Medal Business exists in the first place, from all of my learnings to fast track your success. So this is a level 7 leadership model. So it runs day to day completely without me. I'm in the business to drive vision, to support my leaders, to drive the next level of success in the business, and for inspiration and ideas. But the wheels of the machine are running without me on a day-to-day basis. So that is what a level 7 leadership business looks like. So it gives you something to kind of build upon. And I really recommend check out John Maxwell's John Maxwell's book on the levels of leadership. It's like a blue and black cover, but it's a great book that you're not just going to read, you're going to study. So you want to be studying this, highlighting, ripping pages out, circling things, study it. Don't just pick it up. Oh, that was a nice read. Put it to the side, study it and really look. Are you a level 1 leadership? Are you level 2? Are you a level 3? I don't care where you are at the minute. You're a work in progress. You're just going to build from where you're at. But the main thing is that you're aware of where you're currently at. So you can build on that. Okay. So giving you an example, I want you to think of this way. Now, if I opened a restaurant, I would, and let's say the chef let me down. There is no way. I hate the kitchen. I'm a horrendous cook. I would no way in a million trillion years be stepping into that chef's position. No way. It'd be agency covered. It is not happening. I would lose all my customers. So thinking of the same mindset. So why are you as the children's activity entrepreneur then diving into every area of the business when the business needs help? So it's always holding that level of leadership high. I'm going, do you know what? I can do that, but I'm not going to, because it's then going to slow my business growth. I was literally having this conversation with one of my clients just before I jumped on live. And I said, you know what? When I look back at my years of business growth, I can see the years of slow growth because I was in the business too much and I had no time. So no wonder the business was a lot slower to grow because of my time that I had to put into it. So always keep in the back of your mind that restaurant example that I've given you. Also thinking of, there are top entrepreneurs, business owners that may open a children's nursery. Duncan Bannatyne, for example, is one of them. James Sinclair, I can remember his name then. James Sinclair is one of them. They own children's nurseries. They've not got a Scooby-Doo about children's nurseries. They don't need to. They're the business owner. Yeah. So you are the business owner. And that is where we want you to go. That's our whole mission of supporting you at Gold Medal, is to transition you. I'm not interested in teaching you the next strategy or the next tactic to build some students in just to fill a gap. We're wanting deep-rooted foundations to really build up your leadership, to really build you the leader in this industry. Of course, you're going to naturally, over that, as you're learning, be building your student numbers as you go and everything else in between. But it starts with that level of thinking. So they started those businesses because they're businessmen. Okay. So businessmen and women are starting businesses as the founders. They're not in the day to day. So I want you to start thinking, how can you elevate your level of leadership? How can you start to put in place? As I said, it's going to come slowly. It's not going to come all at the same time. You're going to be putting one thing in and be like, do you know what? Let's see how that works. Let's see where I need to support my team. What position do we need? Who am I looking for? What caliber of person? What characteristics? What experience am I looking for? What energy am I looking for? What personality am I looking for someone to start to replace me on a day-to-day in the business? And a really great test is when you get to this level, it's phenomenal. It's uplifting. It's a point where, and said it doesn't come, goodness knows, I've interviewed a lot of people. I've had people that have come in and lasted 3 weeks. I've had people that have lasted 5 years plus that are still with me today. It's a constant cycle of evolving and finding, almost just turning over the leaves. Someone once told me an analogy of, if you were in a big park with loads of leaves, let's say there's probably millions of leaves, but under one leaf, there's £1 million. My God, you're going to be in that park till dark. Yeah. You're going to be turning over those leaves. So think of it the same way. You're recruiting, take the emotion out of it. You're recruiting to find your next level person who can give you this freedom, who can step into that top level of your business. And over time, you're turning over the leaves, you're recruiting, you're finding the right person. When you take the emotion out of recruitment, it's a lot easier. But when you feel like, oh my God, I've got all my hopes on this person, they better be good, they better be good, and then they turn out rubbish, or to be honest, they don't even turn up, that's when you just want to take out the complete emotion out of that section. So my message for you today is start thinking about top level leadership, recruiting from the top down, and you will start to see an organization that can completely grow without you and really build you, the CEO. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you've enjoyed and you've really got some great benefits, please share with someone you know or someone in the children's activity space to really support them in their growth as a children's activity entrepreneur. Please hit subscribe so we can hit more people and get more great value to them. Thank you so much for being part of our community. It's an honor each week to train and nurture you, and I cannot wait to hear all of your great business successes.